today's the day. We're gonna do a quick tutorial how to wash your car, at least my way of washing a car. It's gonna be a short one. This is how I wash my car. There's many ways, I'm sure, but I think you guys will find this pretty interesting. We're gonna do a wash, we're gonna do a clay step, and then we're also gonna put on a protective sealant. You don't always have to do the clay. That's only if you get tree sap or a lot of bugs, a lot of little fine, more of the sap and contaminants that's sitting on the paint, as you know. So I wouldn't recommend doing the clay step every single wash. Maybe every other or every 3 washes, something like that. But I'm just doing it for demonstration purposes. But like I said before, some of you guys have asked, and some of my friends, how do you keep your car so clean? I mean, this is literally, I think if a fly landed on my car, I'd probably slip and break its legs. So that's how slippery, and that's how, you know, I guess after you do the whole clay process and the sealant. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get to work. First things first, always put on some protective gear on your hands. You'll be working with some chemicals, and these chemists, who knows what's in these chemicals, so make sure you put on some gloves, I would. So kind of show you guys what I use for a wash. Start off with just a bottle, a spray bottle, and you don't, like I said before, you don't need a garden hose. This is what's the beauty of this, just a spray bottle. Use tap water, don't need to use any type of bottled water or reverse osmosis water, just tap water. And I use this product, it's called No Rinse, if you want to take a closer look here. This one bottle for every 1 ounce to 2 gallons of water. So 1 ounce, I mean, it's very minor. And this bottle literally has lasted me probably at least 7-8 years now. I know, and I've given some of it to my friends, and so you don't need a whole lot. So again, tap water, put it in a spray bottle. And when I do, make sure you shake it, mix it up the chemicals quite a bit. And like I said, 1 ounce to 2 gallons of water. This is about 30 ounces, so it's not even 1 gallon. I mean, we're talking about half a gallon. So again, just a small, not even a cap full. That's just barely any. And mix it into the bottle. That's all you need. And this will wash this entire car, and probably twice time over. So depends how you use it. And again, this is not if your car is medium clean. This is even if your car is pretty darn dirty, you can do it. So anyway, so let's start with this. This is the wash step. Mix it up really well, and you're gonna need microfiber towels, and I buy these from Costco. And a little tip, once you guys get these, make sure you take off the tag, because you don't want the tag to kind of scratch your car. Wash it first, run it through the washer and dryer, fabric softener and whatnot, and it takes off, I think it leaves a little bit of a residue of some sort, so wash it first. So I'm gonna first kind of do a quadrant, look at your cars in quadrants. I'm gonna do the hood, and I'm not gonna do it in sections. Half the hood, and then we'll work on the other half. You don't want it to dry ever. So I kind of go a little slow to start off to show you guys what I do, and then I'll kind of show the normal speed after we do this. So let's start off with the hood, and let's say I'm gonna break the hood in half. So what I'll do, I'll just spray it on. And by the way, get a really nice spray bottle, because it does make the process a lot easier. Oh, so before we start, if you want to take a look, I mean, the car's medium dirty. It's not too heavily dirty, but even if it's really dirty, again, just spray on a little heavier. You could probably see some, I mean, there's some dirt, bits and pieces. I mean, there's some dust. And with Miatas, for some reason, they're a dust magnet, but this really keeps that to a minimal. And again, many different ways of washing it, but if you're short on time, or even if you're not short on time, this is the easiest way to do it. So again, spray it on. I'm gonna half the hood, and with your microfiber towel, gently, and then also in straight lines, never in a circle. Do not go in a circle, straight lines. And you can kind of see already, I'm picking up quite a bit of dirt from here. Straight lines, there's quite a bit of dirt. So again, straight lines. So either you do a crisscross, like this, like so. All right, and then the other side. Now I fold my towels into 4s. So then in theory, you have 8 sides to work with, okay? So again, straight lines, always straight lines. Half the hood's done. That's it, simple as that. We go to the second half of the hood. Again, spray, 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 spray. And I'm going a little slower than what I normally would if I'm by myself, because I want to show you guys how I do this. And again, straight lines and very, very, very gentle pressure. You do not need a whole lot of pressure. If the car is really caked on, I don't care if it's caked on with mud, you just probably put on maybe twice. And again, you can see, well here, let me finish this up. Straight lines. Straight lines, okay? One more pass. All right. And you can see on the side, and you want to keep changing it, quite a little bit of a dirt here, right? But not too bad, and then use this to dry side. So that's the washing part. I know, and again, if the car is really dirty, I do the same thing. Same thing, very gentle, straight lines, no pressure essentially on the tap. So essentially, the car is washed. Now we're gonna go to clean the vehicle. I use this. I skip a step. So this is, if you guys haven't heard this, Google it or YouTube it, Beadmaker. I've been using this for probably close to 10 years. This stuff is amazing. It's amazing. It's a synthetic, it's a sealant. Also, you could use this as a lubricant for the clay. So this is what I do. I put it in a spray bottle, nice spray bottle as well. Shake it up real nice. Let me put this aside. In the past, I've used clay sponge instead of the old traditional clay where you have to knead and kind of bend and use the clay sponge. They're a lot faster. However, in the last couple of years, I kind of put these away. I'm using clay mitts now because you can cover a lot more surface area a lot faster, and the results are just as good as the clay sponge and even the traditional clay, kind of like the Play-Doh clay. So this is the way to go. I use this, I think it's called BlackFire, and I'll list all the items I use on my description. So this just covers a lot more area. So when you first get it, you need to clear it, spray some sealant on it, whether it's Beadmaker or even actually the No Rinse. If you dilute it, it could be used as a lubricant for clay too. You just use a lot more solution. Instead of 1 ounce to 2 gallons of water, I believe it's 2 ounces to every 1 gallon of water, something to that effect. So you want to clear. So again, we'll use this Beadmaker, spray it on. So this is the clay step. And again, work in quadrants. So I'm going to work on just half of the hood. And you can see I spray it on. I don't cake it. I don't spray on. And make sure you wear the gloves. And again, straight lines. No pressure. Very low pressure. But with clay, you want to agitate. You want speed. So no pressure, but you want speed. So straight lines. Straight lines. Straight lines. Straight lines. You do not want to go in a circle. And if you guys are worried about swirls, again, once you wash this, no swirls whatsoever. Straight lines, no pressure. No pressure whatsoever. So that's it. Half the hood is done. We move to the other half. Okay. So this is the clay part. We'll remove all the tree sap, any contaminants that's sticking to your paint, something to that effect, and the surface would be just ridiculously smooth. If you guys have ever clayed your vehicle, you would feel, you know that how smooth that is. So again, liberal amount of the lubricant, no pressure, straight line, and more of a straight line fast motion, okay? So the entire hood is done. So get another clean microfiber towel. Again, I fold it into 4 squares. So in theory, you have 4 areas to work with. So now you just want to wipe off, straight line, change, straight line. And again, guys, I cannot emphasize enough, no pressure, just straight lines. Okay. Set it away. All right, I'm gonna fold the towel in the other half. And this is this last step. And we're done. Okay, so guys, so we're done with the hood. And I'm gonna go on and finish the rest of the car, and I'll come back in a minute, and we'll take the car out in the sun, and we can take a look at it, and we'll go from there, all right? I brought the car out so you guys can see the car in the sunlight. Now, after you're done with the clay mitt, and you wipe off with the Beadmaker, there's quite a bit of it on your towel. So you can go around, kind of do the touch up, but what I like to do with it is use it to wipe the interior down. If you can come with me real quick on that. So on the Miata especially, you have this painted inside surface. You can use this since it still has quite a bit of the Beadmaker that so you just use it, kind of wipe it down, and you can use it to wipe down the interior trim. And what happens is it leaves a matte finish like the factory. It does not leave a glossy finish like the Armor Alls and whatnot. Maybe some of you folks like that, but I don't. I like the factory matte finish. So I usually use it with the Beadmaker that's loaded on, and I just wipe down all the surface that's on there, and it works great. I mean, the dash, and just removes the dirt, the dust, and keeps it off. So I usually go around, wipe off all the plastic, the air vents, and especially in here, side trim, even the door seals. So that's something a little extra if you guys want to do. But so what I do is that, and then if you guys want to take a look, like I said, I know the number one, I guess, feedback I get from my friends, like, when you scratch the paint on white cars is really hard to see. On my Tesla and on the other cars I had white, but on dark colored cars, black, red, even grays, I've done this for years, and if you look close, I mean, even on the top here, if you guys want to see, and I purposely brought on the sunlight, we're kind of in the weird lighting, there's no swirls whatsoever. I've owned this car for, what, almost 2 months now, and let's see the paint out here. Maybe we'll get in the sunlight here, if you can see close up. And I've done this for years on vehicles, and like I said, if you just follow it, light pressure, straight lines, keep it clean, the results are spectacular, and it's so slippery. I mean, so slippery how this is just so slippery. The Beadmaker will cure. So right now it's semi slippery, and which is already pretty darn slippery, but after about 4 hours of total curing time, this thing is just amazing, and the gloss will be a lot more deeper as well. So that's really it. Hopefully you guys will give it a try and see what happens. Like I said, you'll spend more time driving than you do cleaning, and I hope you guys found this useful. All right, guys, so that wraps up the car washing video. Hope you guys enjoyed that. Kind of sum things up. If you're tight on space, you don't have access to a garden hose, short on time, this is the way to wash. I mean, 15-20 minutes, especially for a car like this, and you skip the clean part, you can be done even faster, and the results really speak for itself. No surface swirls, scratches whatsoever. I learned this, actually, the wash part, from a detailer that I hired probably about 10 years ago. I had an R8, V10 R8, it was bright red, And he came out and washed the entire car like that. I thought he was going to stretch the hell out of it, but did a fantastic job. Years later, the car looks still amazing. So that part component of washing, and then as far as the claying and adding on the protective sealant, that's just something I added on there. And like I said, it's just like the days of using wax and by hand, those days are over. This is just really the way to go. The products that I've used, the PS Beadmaker, the No Rinse, the clay Mitt and whatnot, I'll list that on my link below, so if you guys are interested. I am not sponsored. As just one car enthusiast that just likes keeping his car clean and likes driving cars. So I'm not sponsored whatsoever by any of these companies or products. So I wish I was. But anyways, hope you guys enjoy this. And until the next time. All right, thanks for watching, guys. Bye.